show with the Fantasy Footballers.
Yes! Did he hit us with a shimmy? He shimmy? I was too busy with my primal scream over
Dude,
here.
your primal scream is what got this shimmy going.
This
the
90% of viewers are gone.
No, 90% of
gone.
viewers are up doing air guitar right now.
Oh, you love that song.
That I don't want to sidetrack our discussion, but true story. True story.
But sidetrack.
But discussion sidetrack.
There's a national air guitar competition.
Uh-huh.
I competed in it
I
one
know
year.
you did.
I
I've seen the
competed in
video.
it 1 year, and that was a much svelter mic.
I know. I remember that too. Yeah, you were in good shape then.
I was. Oh, those
Did you
were the-
win the competition?
No, and here, you know what I was told? I had to go first. So I got screwed
You
up.
have no chance.
Where they don't want to score too high, and they told me, they're like, dude, you got to go to Vegas because you'll win and then you'll be in the finals. And I was like,
Looks like we're going to Vegas.
I thought about it, but
All right,
wasn't
so
worth it.
We thought about talking. We just got done with the show, 10 off-season tips and tricks. Make sure you check it out. Fantasy football things you should be thinking about in the off-season. We thought about talking about the rule changes, but that seemed kind of boring, and so I'm completely changing it. And I want to tell you why.
Because we're water here.
Yeah, well, the reason I changed it is because we mentioned Odell Beckham so many times in the show that it brought to mind a game, a very old game that I don't know if either of you know about.
Odell Beckham?
So what's
called
the topic?
Odell Lake.
Oh, dude, I know Odell Lake.
So
Odell Lake. And so the topic is the best classic video game, but it was brought to mind by, not that Odell Lake would be in that consideration.
I've thought
right?
about referencing Odell Lake before, and I figured you guys would have no idea what I was talking about.
I almost brought it up during the show, but I thought the same thing. And so if you know what Odell Lake is,
You were in the computer labs in second grade.
and the off spray was
Oh.
coming to get you.
Yeah, what was the big fish you could be where you're just like,
Ooh.
what should I do? Should I leave it or eat it? Eat it. Eat
Oh,
That's
yeah,
right.
I remember
Yep.
that game
it.
now.
When you're the big fish, you know it's bad for you. You don't care. You
Just
eat,
don't get near the off spray.
You eat
danger.
everything. I think is it
All right.
osprey
Oh,
or
okay.
I think it's
Oh, did I
osprey.
say off spray?
Yeah, you're thinking of like something that kills bugs.
All right, best classic video game. This will get a lot of responses. People are very. This is almost a political topic. They're
people
very
get
opinionated.
Passionate and heated, and
well,
I do.
and there's a
I'm in
correct
there.
answer, and so that's what really makes
Okay,
this hard.
well, we got to define classic real quick.
Okay,
for
Oh,
me.
okay.
all
Let's
right.
call it Super Nintendo and before,
okay, good.
All right, that's good. I'm still in the running.
All
because
right.
I'm a Super Nintendo game. So
I'm going with the game of all games.
I'm so afraid he's gonna say mine.
A game that I played for probably 200 hours. I don't know how long. But it changed everything for me because it got me into role-playing games. Final Fantasy 3, or if you're in Japan, I believe it is 6.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe
But Final
5, I don't
Fantasy
know.
3, oh man, that game was the bee's knees. I could not believe how big and wide and open the game was. It let me move around the world and choose where I want to go. Oh, you want an airship? Go ahead. Get one. Fly where you want. It's incredible.
All right.
Yeah, that's not bad.
You want to go or me?
You can go. You take it away.
For me, it's Super Mario World. It just plain is. It was much like, when I was a kid and I played that game, I didn't get to just play video games all day long. My mom made us play for like an hour and a half.
Oh,
The max per
the
day.
timer?
But the
Yeah,
game
Final Fantasy 3 is not
so
going to work for you.
the game lasted forever for me. I just felt like it was every level was fun. You had Yoshi involved in there. You got to play and with your friends, and it was just the best game that I think has ever been made. The challenge of Bowser at the end, the finding of the secret worlds, having the different things. It was just new to me on a great system. It played so fluidly. I think Super Mario World is my favorite game of all time.
That's great. I'm actually going through that with my older kids
Mario
now.
World? Super Mario World?
Super
I
Mario
just
World.
did the same thing. Got an emulator. This is last week.
Wow.
Super Mario World.
Yeah.
So you guys obviously agree with me. That's cool.
Well, no, it's
No,
a
Final Fantasy
fantastic
3
game.
is clearly the answer.
And I'm struggling here to go with which pick I want to go with because I'm thinking back to the classic LucasArts adventure games that changed. Because I was gonna go with Zelda 3, but these literally changed the course of my life, and so I'll probably go with the OG that I had, and that was The Secret of Monkey Island.
I knew you were going that way.
It was
There's nothing bad I can say about that game. That game was amazing.
It makes you think And this is back at a time when there's no internet. So you're in a puzzle game. You get stuck. Guess what you do? You're
1-900 super tips
you can do that, or you're stuck until,
for days
until you figure it out.
Yeah.
And this was actually the second one, but I had a moment where I was actually on vacation, and I'm still thinking about Monkey Island. This is 2 at this point. And all of a sudden I had an epiphany. A puzzle was solved in my head. I'm like, this is so clear the answer. And I went back, and that was right.
I got to stop this vacation immediately.
Yeah, that's all I could think about. But so number 1 is just so amazing. And I wrote into LucasArts. I wrote them a letter that said, I want to work for your company.
Wow.
And they wrote back, and I got all this cool stuff, like a picture of George Lucas.
So it just added to the.
And then I ended up going to college for game design because I wanted to work with Tim Schafer so desperately over at Double Fine. It
There
didn't
you go.
work out.
Instead, you got to work with Jason
Somebody
Moore
shake
and,
the same.
and Andy Holloway.
So, if anyone out there knows Tim Schafer and you want to connect us, I'm not going to complain about that because that man is a hero of mine.
Still
And-
doing it.
Yeah, dude, Day of the
Kicking
Tentacle.
butt. Double Fine.
Day of the Tentacle remaster just came out. I'm so psyched to get it.
It's good stuff. So that is our show after the show. Hope you enjoyed that.
Tell us
Hope
what
you remember
your
Odell Lake.
favorite classic video game
Eat it.
is.
All right, we'll see you
Eat it.
later.
Eat it. Goodbye.